This is Friday Night Football on KLST, brought to you by Randall Motors.
Well, good evening and welcome to the first edition of Friday Night Football. I'm your host, Ryan Campo. We'll hear from Sabrina Hoover in just a little bit. The 2023 Texas high school football season is here. A lot of excitement for our teams here in the Concho Valley. We'll get started with the Angry Orange, who, despite a young team this season, the expectations remaining the same, opening the 2023 season with quite the test. Bobcats hosting 5A ranked opponent Colleen Shoemaker over at San Angelo Stadium. Early first quarter, Shoemaker with possession. QB tries to take the handoff. The ball is loose, picked up by Corlin Wakala. Off the ground, he's off to the races. The big fella showing off the speed. He scores the first touchdown of the season for CHS. Central now trailing 14-7, still in the first. Christian English to hand it off to Javion Robinson, gets to the goal line. He's hit, he's pushed into the end zone. That'll tie it up at 14 apiece. Second quarter now, Central trailing by 6. English sitting in the pocket. Beautiful ball. Tyree Brawley out in the flat. He's met in the end zone. That's 6 either way. Back and forth game all night. However, Central would fall tonight in their opener, 34-27. They'll travel to El Paso next week. Down to Class 4A we go. The Lakeview Chiefs started the year off red hot, winning 3 of their first 4 last year before finishing 3-7. This year, the Chiefs looking to start off 2023 with a victory tonight. Lakeview beginning the season against a team they began the year with dating back to 2018. The teams split in the last 2 matchups, though. Lakeview winning at home the season ago. Tonight they go on the road. They started off on the right foot. A statement win tonight for Lakeview, 49-8 the final. Down to Class 3A we go. A team that got back to their winning ways a season ago. Wall hosting Eastland to begin the season at home. Saying his defense wins championship. That's exactly what we got. Ryan Allen climbing the ladder. Hawks' first takeaway of the season. Score remains 0-0. Public service announcement. Ryan Allen had himself quite the night. Catches his 50-yard bomb laid out nicely by Gunnar Dillard right into your eye hole. That's a Wallhawk touchdown. Hawks lead it 7-0 in the first. Hagen Barbie wants in on the action, takes the pitch, tells the defense, "Ha, you're too slow." Outruns the Maverick defense for the pylon into the score for the second touchdown of the game. First and goal from the 1. Don't mind if I do. Gunnar Dillard puts his head down, drives his feet. That's another Wall touchdown. Wall defeats Eastland in their season opener tonight, 35-10 the final. Also in District 2, 3A Division 2 over in Brady tonight, Jaron Roberts making his head coaching debut for the Bulldogs, taking on 13th ranked Comanche. This one all Indians tonight. Brady, though, back in action next week on the road against Mason. Also in District 2, 3A Division 2, the Grape Creek Eagles kicking off their season at home tonight against Stanton, looking for their first win after a tough 0-10 season to finish a go. Buffs spoil their regular season and home opener tonight against the Eagles. Grape Creek back in action next week on the road against Cristoval. The first of our 2 all Concho Valley matchups here in week 1, an intriguing one to say the least. Cristoval taking on El Dorado, a defensive slugfest last year. Eagles winning 7-0. So who will start 2023 on the right foot? Year 8 for Casey Otho for the Cougs. Year 2, Chad Tuttle early on. Eagles waste no time. Quick handoff. That's Isaac Soto. He's in for the El Dorado touchdown. A few plays later, we'll go to Cristoval's ready to respond. It's Manuel Rojas. He'll take it to the 6. Cristoval up at that point. Eagles lead by 1 in the second. There's the handoff. It's a fake. Omar Barajas throws it through the air. That's an Eagle touchdown. El Dorado makes it 2 straight years in a row with a victory tonight at home against their arch rival, 26-12, the final. And while the big chunk of teams are getting their seasons underway this evening, we had 2 Concho Valley teams in area last night. The lone 11-man squad, the Wildcats from Water Valley under new head coach Aaron Whitmire. Water Valley taking on TLCA Abilene last night at McMurray University. First quarter, fake throw, then watch him run. Anthony Quintana cuts back not once but twice, able to get down just short of the goal line for the Cats. More from Water Valley. Again on the ground, Quintana will pitch it off to David Valeriano. Makes a man miss, gets to the sideline. He's gone all the way for the Wildcat touchdown to extend their lead. Water Valley starting to pull away now. It's Valeriano again. The handoff immediately hit, but he'll get dragged into the end zone right there. Water Valley wins it last night, 69 the final. Tomorrow, we get a trifecta of Will. I called it 3-course serving. Tomorrow, Sterling City on the road at Astound Stadium. They'll take on the Cougars from Odessa Compass. We'll have those highlights for you tomorrow at 6 and 10. All right, we've reached the halfway point of our 11-man highlights and scores from around the Concho Valley this evening. After the break, our KLST Game of the Week, TLCA San Angelo hosting Ozona. Two teams ready to have a big 2023 season. We'll have that and much more. You're watching Friday Night Football right here on KLST.
Cheerleaders, and you're watching Friday Night Football on KLST.
All right, welcome back to Friday Night Football Week 1, our KLST Game of the Week featuring two teams primed for a big breakout year. San Angelo TLCA looking to continue their winning ways. Ozona looking to build off a year of experience with a young team last year. Our Sabrina Hoover has a preview of the matchup.
And after last year, what happened, we're looking forward to trying to exact some revenge if we can.
The TLCA San Angelo Eagles are set to take on the Ozona Lions Friday night, a team they defeated last season 42-36, ending their 24-game losing streak. However, both teams are now focused on the new challenges.
That's really important. We got to go out there expecting to win, play our best. I mean, we practiced a long time for this, and it's a first chance to get out there in a game and just get a chance to get this train rolling, look for a good season.
The Lions are fielding a lineup of experienced returning players determined to achieve a different outcome and kick off the season with a positive start.
It's an extremely exciting feeling because, they came down here last time and you know how that ended up. So hopefully we can go out there and give it to them twice as hard.
This time, Ozona will be making the journey to the Eagles' territory, and their first-year head coach, Paulo Gonzalez, is counting on the fans to boost the team's confidence.
Well, we sure want to fill the stands up. I've been trying to promote that with the kids in the classrooms, and, we need that cheering section to be very loud to kind of show us the support for TLCA.
Atmosphere every time we get a home environment, our fans always come out and support, and it's real loud, real fun, and it's exciting to be at home.
With 4 years at the helm, head coach Jared Taylor expresses confidence that his team's mindset will remain the same no matter the result.
Probably one of the biggest things has been, they're going to support each other, they're going to give their all for each other, and they're going to fight for each other. And I think, win or lose, they're going to keep that going.
All right, to the highlights we go over at Lakeview Stadium this evening. TLCA San Angelo hosting Ozona. First quarter, Hudson Fowler with possession, drops back, launches a missile downfield. Beautiful ball. There's Matthew Daniels in the end zone for a Lions touchdown, their first of the season. Still in the first, Fowler decides to keep it himself. He's cruising on through. Help of his lineman breaking tackles. He'll fall into the end zone. Lions now lead at 14-0. And if you aren't tired of hearing his name, well, get used to it. Fowler, once again, a big hole for him. He's easy into the touchdown. Ozona, a big-time win tonight. 65-14 on the road. That's where we find our Sabrina Hoover out at Lakeview Stadium with more on this one. Good evening, Sabrina.
Hey, Ryan. Well, it was a highly anticipated rematch between the TLCA San Angelo Eagles and the Ozona Lions. Tonight, the Eagles would suffer early. They would be down 15-0 at halftime, and they would just continue suffering the entire game. The Lions defense relentlessly pressuring quarterback Lane Honey. And as for those highlights, you saw a lot of Hudson Fowler emerging as a key player. He would have those consecutive back-to-back touchdowns, continuing the momentum for the Lions, and that defense just solidifying their performance as a whole. Final score from here, 65-14 Ozona. Not the start the Eagles wanted, but they have a chance to bounce back as they'll take on Odessa Compass Academy next Friday, and the Lions will be at home against Wink. For now, reporting from Lakeview Stadium, I'm Sabrina Hoover. Back to you, Ryan.
This live shot is sponsored by AFCO Steel.
All right, Sabrina, thank you for that report. Our final team out of District 3-2A Division 1 in the Concho Valley, the Sonora Broncos, tri-district champs a year ago with Forsan and Reagan County, bring back quite a bit of talent here in 2023, looking to start the year off on the right foot, and they would do so in a big way. 11th ranked Sonora beginning the 2023 season tonight on the road over in Ballinger. Sonora makes it 3 straight victories against the Bearcats, 11 of the last 12 as well. Broncos back in action for their home opener next week against Coahoma. Down to District 14-2A Division 1 we go. 2 Concho Valley teams in this district, one of which looking to continue their dominance of the last decade plus in a top 25 showdown in Class 2A Division 1 happening tonight. Last year it was a thriller that saw Coleman knock off Mason 7-6. Tonight the Punchers get some revenge. punch 'em if you will. A thriller 29-20 victory tonight over Coleman to start the year off 1-0. Mason will host Brady next week in their home opener. The other Concho Valley team from this district, 14-2A Division I, the Junction Eagles, looking to make a lot of noise this season with quite a bit of talent, experience back from a year ago off a young squad. Tonight the Eagles beginning the year at home against De Leon, meeting for just the third time ever. The Bearcats won a season ago. Tonight they get a victory as well, 40-19 over the Eagles. Our final Concho Valley 11-man team we highlight on this opening night of the high school football season, the Miles Bulldogs, who last season tied for the most wins in school history since 2000. Tonight, they look to build on it. The first ever meeting between Kermit and 24th ranked Miles happening this evening. First quarter, Bulldogs trail 6-0. Miles to change that. Havenbrook to Cooper Ellison. Touchdown, 2-point conversion gives them an 8-6 lead. Second quarter, Book looking for his man. He'll find Dylan Medina with the catch. He's in for the back of the end zone to continue their momentum. A few plays later, Bulldogs now on defense. Mauricio Perez, pass intercepted by guess who? He's a two-man player, folks. Devin Medina chugging his way on home. He's in for the end zone, a pick six. Bulldogs dominate it. I feel bad for the scorekeeper. 72 points tonight for Miles. They win big over Kermit. That'll do it for our highlights and scores from our 11-man teams across the Concho Valley from this opening Friday night of the season, which means after the break, we head down to the 6-man ranks. You like points? Just wait. Robert Lee taking on Rotan tonight. We'll have that and much more. You're watching Friday Night Football on KLST.
We are the Brom Longhorn Cheerleaders, and you're watching Friday Night Football on KLST. Go Horns!
All right, welcome back to Friday Night Football. We begin our 6-man highlights and scores from across the area with the Robert Lee Steers, who returned 5 starters on both sides of the ball from a team that finished 8-2 overall, yet 2-2 in district play, missing out in the playoffs. Steers hosting Rotan this evening. Game moved to Robert Lee due to stadium issues over in Yellowhammer Country. Second play of the game, Braden Sherwood taking the pitch from Brody Pitcock, cuts it back to the other side of the field and is gone. No one catching him. That's the first score of the season for Robert Lee. Right after the scoring play, Steers line up for the onside kick. Brennan Sherwood catches it off the hop, shows off his speed into the end zone. That's a Steers touchdown from 40 yards out. Sherwood would go on to have himself quite the night. Catches the pitch rather, takes it to the left side, stiffs arm his defender, gets into the end zone for the second score of the day. Robert Lee rolls in this one, 46-0. We keep things with District 13-1A Division I theme, the Erie County Hornets. So much history made a year ago on the gridiron. A very new-looking team to begin their own bit of history this season. Top 15 showdown tonight. However, Buena Vista scores with 14 seconds left to top Erie County, 46-42. Very Best picks up a win at home, 50-0. Menard also a home winner tonight, 62-14 against McDade. And the home opener for Stephen Grigsby doesn't go as planned. Lakey defeats the Bulldogs tonight, 62-18. Out of District 13-1A Division II, the Blackwell Hornets meeting up with Aspermont tonight in a road battle of Hornets. Buzz, but it's Aspermont, who would start the year off with a 30-14 victory. Blackwell hosting Eden next Friday. Our final recap of this evening happening from our lone Concho Valley team out of District 14-1A Division II and the Paint Rock Indians, who narrowly missed out on the playoffs a year ago, hoping to start off 2023 with a victory. Year 2 under head coach Jeff Shelton begins with a victory, 34-22 tonight at home against TLCA Midland Eagles. Paint Rock at home again next week as well, Thursday exact, when they host Ranger at 6 p.m. All right, when we come back, we'll put a bow on week 1. We'll look forward to some intriguing matchups for next Thursday and Friday as well. Stay with us. You're watching Friday Night Football. All right, before we look ahead to next week's games, here's some headlines of mine from last night and tonight's slate of games across the Concho Valley. Lakeview starting off with a big-time win on the road tonight against Lamesa. Mason, a thriller in a battle of top 25 teams in Class 2A. Tonight, Young, but a win for head coach Michael McLeod's group. And a man, what a no rest for the wicked in terms of scoring, lighten up the scoreboard all across the Concho Valley. And of course, if you missed anything tonight from our highlights, scores, recaps, interviews, packages, anything in between, head over to our website, ConchoValleyHomepage.com. That'll do it for the first edition of high school football. A reminder, Sterling City in action tomorrow. Sabrina will have those highlights for you tomorrow night at 6 and 10. For everyone here at KLST, I'm Ryan Campo. Have a good night.
catering for Friday Night Football is provided by Chick-fil-A. Friday Night Football on KLST, brought to you by Randall Motors. Closed captioning for the hearing impaired is sponsored by the Law Office of Rick DeHoyas.